Welcome everyone, my name is Alice and I'll be leading you through a YIN and yoga NIDRA practice today. So the props that you'll need for practice are a bolster if you have one, and if not then please go and take 2 pillows from your bed, and then you'll also need 1 yoga brick, and if you don't have a yoga brick you could grab a chunky book from your bookshelf, and then you might also want something cozy such as a blanket or some extra layers, jumpers, cozy socks, that kind of thing for when we do come to the yoga nidra practice at the end. So we're going to set up initially with a backbend, with a supported backbend. So once you have your book, if you stand, or block, if you stand the book or block on the narrow edge at the back of your mat, and then bring the bolster or the pillows over the top like so, so there's a slight slant. Now if you don't have a book that's suitable, you can do this with just the pillows or the bolster on the floor, that's okay as well. But yeah, ideally if you do have a book or a block, then please use that. And then if you do have a blanket, you can create a little pillow for yourself and just put that where your head's going to rest. So once you have your props set up, come and sit yourself just in front of the bolster or the pillows and ease yourself back over. You might need to adjust your head pillow at that point. And then we're just going to stretch out the legs, bring them to a comfortable place, and turn the palms upwards towards the ceiling. Having that awareness that it's not just your palms or your lower arm bones that you're turning, that you're allowing the whole arm to rotate outwards. And just taking a moment to get comfortable. So especially if the bolster's on this slant, there shouldn't be too much of a feeling of compression in your lower back. However, if you feel discomfort in that part of your body, then I would recommend grabbing another pillow or a rolled up blanket and putting it underneath your bum and sitting on it, and that's going to decrease the curve in the lower back. So let's just take time now to settle. And I invite us all to take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's repeat that breath 2 more times. So in through your nose, filling up the lungs, and out through your mouth with a sense of releasing, softening, or letting go. One more time like that, in through the nose. Slow breath out. Feel as though you could soften all the way down along the length of the body. And now allowing your breath to resume in its natural pattern, its natural rhythm. And as you allow the breath to return, take a moment now to check in with your body. So how does your body feel? Take note of any areas that feel tense or tight or uncomfortable. If you do observe tension or tightness, perhaps you come back to the exhale and see if you can specifically soften into those parts of you. That sense of releasing, melting or dissolving with the exhale. You might feel as though your body becomes a little more pliable. And now taking your awareness to somewhere in the body, anywhere in the body that feels either neutral, so not a particularly strong sensation, or somewhere that feels open and spacious. Somewhere where there's a pleasant sensation, no discomfort. And it might be that you take yourself to somewhere really small in the body. So if there is a lot of tension today, then it might be that that place of neutrality or comfort is quite small, and that's okay. As humans, we have a bias towards the negative, and that's part of our evolutionary survival. It's what's helped us to survive in the past. But seeing if in this moment you can turn your awareness towards somewhere that feels comfortable, open, spacious, pleasant. Now taking your awareness to your hands and just noticing the sensations in your hands. Maybe there's a sense of the fingers tingling. You might even be able to feel the pulsing of blood in your fingertips. So bringing awareness to hands to start to feel into the more subtle energy and sensations that are available to us. And now take your awareness down into your feet. And same again, feeling the feet as though you could feel them from the inside out. Just noticing the sensations in the feet. There might be a tingling, a buzzing, vibrating. And these are just suggestions, just pointers to help you see more clearly perhaps. And now take your awareness to the face. And can you feel into the lips? Relax the jaw. Feel into the cheeks. Relax the brow. And now think if you can let your awareness of hands, feet and face move into the arms, the legs, the neck, the torso. So you're drawing awareness from the periphery of your body into the rest of your body, the more central parts. So now that we've spent a little bit of time tuning in and familiarizing ourselves with the way that our body feels, let's add a little bit of movement. So just wriggling fingers and toes and then maybe circling wrists and ankles. And then you might like to have a full body stretch. So in this practice of yin that I'll be sharing with you today, we rest mostly. So we find stillness and rest in that stillness. But just for now, exploring a little bit of movement by lifting the arms over the head and then taking them down alongside you. So if you can imagine you are drawing snow angels, you're lying in a bed of snow and with your arms moving up and down. Just just do that a couple more times, feeling into the gentle stretching of the chest muscles as the arms rise up. And they don't have to come all the way above your head if that's not comfortable today. Just take it to a place that feels good. Let's just do one more of these. Good, and then from here, we're going to make our way to lying on our backs. So you can get there one of two ways. Either roll over to the sides or use your hands either side of your pillow and lift yourself upright. And then we're going to have to dismantle the pillows and the books or the bricks, so take your time to do that. Okay, so when you're ready to, come and lay yourself back. And we're going to be coming into our first yin pose, banana pose. And I've got my phone here to keep a time for us all. So let's shuffle over towards the right hand side. And we're going to be in these yin postures for about 3 minutes each. So I'll keep the time, you don't need to. And once you've shuffled over towards the right hand side, take your feet down towards the far left hand corner. And at this point you might wish to cross your right ankle over your left. And you're going to keep your pelvis where it is over on the right hand side, but shuffle your upper body up and over towards the top left hand corner. And then you have a choice of whether you're going to lift the arms over the head and just allow them to rest around your head. It's almost like you're creating a frame around your head with your arms. Some people might prefer to hold on to the wrist, the right wrist with the left hand. Others might prefer to loosely hold the forearms. So we want to keep the back of the pelvis flattening to the earth. If you feel like your right hip is rolling up and over towards the left, then see if you can pull the back of the right pelvis down. Maybe you need to adjust the angle of your upper body and lower body in order to facilitate that. Taking as long as you need to settle, but then once you do feel as though you can be still, drop down into stillness. And then you may wish to close your eyes. And what happens when you close your eyes? Do you feel as though you become more acutely aware of physical sensation? Maybe you feel agitated. And if that's the case, then of course you can keep your eyes open instead. So one of the benefits of this pose, banana pose, is that it lengthens and opens the sideline of the body. So you might be feeling something all the way along that right side, or you might be feeling something more strongly in one particular place. And there's definitely no right and wrong, because we're all built differently. We all hold our tension in different places. And if there is a particularly strong sensation, ask yourself, can you be here for another minute? And if the answer is no, then maybe you soften a little bit, you ease out. And if the answer is yes, then let's be here for another minute with that foreground awareness of the breath. So let's start to bring the breath into our practice a little more now. Breath expanding into the right side of the body. Out breath softening, melting or releasing. Perhaps there's a sense of letting go. everyone, so from here, let's slowly ease out of the pose. You might just want to bring one half of your body back first, and then the other. And as you come out of the pose, just take a moment to rebound. So that can be legs stretched or soles of feet on ground. Maybe you want to put your hands down onto your belly to center yourself. So one of the beautiful things about this yin practice is that it teaches us to go slow. Teaches us to go slow. So if you feel in your body and your mind that there's that want or desire to rush to the next place, the next pose, just recognizing that in yourself. Maybe after recognizing, you spend a little bit of time grounding yourself back into this present moment through the breath. Okay, everyone, so from here, let's take it to the other side. So you're just going to shuffle your body over towards the left. And then with legs stretched out, feet move towards the far right-hand corner, and then upper body shuffles over towards the top right-hand corner. And again, we're going to be here for about 3 minutes, and I'm keeping time so you don't have to. And having the arms either above the head, or maybe you're holding onto your wrist or your forearms. Bring yourself to a place where you can become still. Bringing yourself to a place where you can become still. And then moving down into your body. So take your awareness down into your body. What do you feel along that left side? So to share my own experience with you right now, I can feel quite a strong sensation in the inner left hip that's radiating upwards towards the rib cage. And then a more subtle sensation across the left rib cage. I can feel how when I breathe in, the tissues along the left side feel as though they become a little more taut. And that experience of stretch intensifies momentarily. And then softens and dissipates again with the exhale. And what can you feel? And it might be that what you feel is quite subtle, and that's fine as well. Maybe you don't feel an awful lot, and that's fine as well. We're all different. But can you perhaps take yourself to those more subtle sensations that we explored a little at the beginning? Hands, feet, face. Those subtle sensations of the body being alive. The trillions of cells inside you. The heart that pumps away. The breath that brings in oxygen. Releases carbon dioxide. All of the messages that are running from the brain, through the nervous system, from the peripheral nervous system to the brain. So whilst we might not always be able to feel a strong stretch sensation, there's certainly lots of things to become aware of. let's be here for just another breath or two. And then when you're ready to come on back to centre, again it might feel nice here to bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet onto the ground, or just simply stretch your legs out, perhaps resting the arms alongside you. Okay everyone, so from here we're going to move into Sphinx pose, which is a back bend, and I'm just going to roll over onto my belly, and you might do the same as well. Although if your camera is in a place where you can't do that, then just roll over to the side, come on up, and then come and roll over onto your belly. So let's start by just coming all the way down, resting the forehead onto the hands, or if not the forehead, then the cheek. And taking a few moments here to let the front of your body now be held by the earth. And feel the back of your body. Back of body gently rising and falling with every breath. So as we now come into Sphinx, I'm going to give you a couple of options, and hopefully there'll be an option that works for you today. So first option is to keep most of your belly and even the lower ribs down on the ground, and then you can just have your forearms in front of one another. So there's a slight lifting of the upper back, but it's not too extreme or not too deep. Otherwise, you could bring your forearms so that they're parallel and have the elbows underneath the shoulders. And this is going to move you more deeply into extension of the spine. And then, of course, there's a kind of places that you can try in between. So, just find a place that works for you, whether that's forearms in front of one another or forearms parallel. So taking the option that feels right for you. And then you might just want to come back to your breath, taking a breath in through your nose. Releasing breath, maybe through the mouth, if that feels good. Just observing anything that can soften, letting it release, letting it let go with the exhalation. If you do have a block or a book, a nice way of using the block or the book is to bring it so it supports underneath the forehead. And so this gentle pressure on the forehead can be really soothing and pacifying as well. So if you do feel as though your mind is quite full today or busy today, just applying some gentle pressure there. And if you don't have a block or a book, you can just let your head bow. Maybe there is that sense of anything that has been congesting the brain, melting out or releasing out, pouring out. So we'll be here for 1 more minute, and just taking this opportunity to check in how you're doing. And again, does it feel like you can be here for 1 more minute? Do you need to make an adjustment? Okay everyone, so from here, if you have something underneath your forehead, you can release that now. And then come and lay all the way down, resting either the forehead or the cheek on your hands. And just take a moment to perhaps sway the hips side to side. Maybe bending the knees and swaying the legs side to side. Just a little release there for the lower back. And then releasing the legs, take your feet to as wide as the mat, and you can turn your toes out if that feels comfortable. And if you are comfortable to rest your forehead onto the hands, then please do. And let's take a couple of breaths now with the intention of breathing into the back of the body. So as you breathe in, feel as though you could send the breath into the back of the rib cage, and even as far down as your lower back. Let's be here for a little while, just soothing out any tension in the lower back with the breath. And this is a great place to train our breathing, because when we lie on our front, the respiratory muscles in the front of the rib cage are inhibited, which means that the diaphragm has to do a little bit more work. So you might be able to sense the downward movement of the diaphragm as you breathe in. And as the diaphragm moves down as you breathe in, everything below the diaphragm, so all of the internal organs, temporarily get squished or compressed. And so you might feel how your lower back inflates almost, just like your belly feels like it inflates with the breath when you're lying on your back. Okay everyone, so from here, let us come into a child's pose. So press your way onto hands and knees. I'd recommend having the big toes together and the knees slightly apart. And then you could bring your bolster or your pillows in front of you, so that when you come and lay forwards, that you've got something to rest the chest and the head onto. And again, we'll be here for a number of minutes. So just allowing the back of the thighs to really sink downwards towards the heels. Allow your chest and your head to be supported either by the ground or the pillows or bolster. If you notice that there's a reaching through your arms, could you soften and pull back through the elbows and let the fingertips relax a little? And again, you might want to continue the exploration of the breath in the back of the body here. You might choose not to guide the breath and instead just have the awareness of your breath in the foreground as an anchoring tool into this present moment. So after being here for a couple of minutes already, the mind has drifted. No doubt the mind has gone to thinking about thoughts, future thoughts or past thoughts. And when you notice that the mind has drifted into thinking, know that that's not a problem. And that in fact the mind is an organ that produces thoughts, produces these messages to and from the body. So that there's no need to be cross with yourself or beat yourself up when you notice that you've been in a rabbit hole. But also know that you have it within your power to redirect the energy of the mind. And you can bring yourself back into this moment whenever you feel you'd like to. So we're going to take one more minute here. Okay everyone, so in your own time, slowly start to lift yourself out of child's pose. And then from here, we're going to take another forward fold to close the yin part of the practice before we come into the practice of yoga nidra. So our final pose will be butterfly. Now you might want to bring something underneath your knees. So soles of feet are going to come together and the knees will come out wide. So when you look down towards your legs, there's a butterfly shape or a diamond shape. So you might want to have something underneath your knees. And if you don't have two books that are similar size, or if you don't have yoga blocks, then you can bring pillows underneath. So those pillows that you grabbed from your bed. And then if you do have a yoga bolster, you could certainly bring that bolster over the top of the feet. And just that weight of the bolster or the pillows can be quite soothing and grounding, but it can also double up as a headrest. So in a moment, and again, just whenever you feel ready to, bring yourself forwards. And some of us will be on our hands, staying in a more upright position. For others, it might be that the forehead comes all the way down towards the bolster. For some of us, our books or bricks are going to be on a high level, for others on a lower level. So using the props in a way that serves you and supports you. The intention of the props is so that you feel held. And when you create the conditions that allow your body to feel safe, to feel held and supported, then it's more likely that the body will be more willing to release some of its tension. You might experience that sense of melting, dissolving. You might even feel as though your body comes deeper into the fold without you even trying. So we're going to be here for another 2 minutes. And as always, it's an invitation to stay for another 2 minutes. So if you find that 2 minutes is too long and you need to make an adjustment, or even if you need to come out of the pose before then, that's absolutely fine. Hey everyone, so from here let's slowly ease back up, and once you've eased up, if you do have props, then just moving those out of the way. And then from here, let us come and lean back into the hands, lifting through the chest. And you might want to point your toes, maybe wriggle your toes out, and just take a little back bend, so you're opening through the chest, drawing the shoulder blades together, maybe lifting the face towards the ceiling. Okay, so let's come and set up for Yoga Nidra, and the best place to set up for this is in Shavasana. So I'm going to lead you into Shavasana, and then I'll come and sit up and lead the practice of Yoga Nidra from there. If you do have a pillow or a bolster, I'd recommend bringing it behind the back of the thighs. And then if you do have something for the back of your head, that might be another pillow, or it might just be a rolled up blanket as I've got here. but I would recommend having something for the back of the head as well. So you'll be here for around 15 minutes, and it's important that you're comfortable and warm. So back of head supported, back of knees supported. And then you might just want to take your arms alongside you and play around with the positioning of your arms. Do you want them alongside you, or would you prefer to have your hands folding in and resting on your belly? And then once you've settled, it's taking a moment now to consider where in your body feels like your center. So where in your body right now feels like your center? And on your exhalation, can you feel as though the exhale brings you down, draws you deeper down into your center? And this center that offers you a place to rest. Of stillness. Steadiness. So let's be here for another couple of moments, breathing out and breathing down into your center. So as you continue to rest, laying on your back, I'm going to come up to a seated position now. So if ever you look towards the screen from here on in and you see that I'm sitting and you're still lying down, then know that that's fine and you've not been left behind. So you can continue to rest. So in the practice of Yoga Nidra, and the practice that I'll guide you through, the invitation is to be led by my verbal guidance, my instructions. But you might find that you dip in and out of being conscious and alert and moving into a more dreamlike state. And it's in this dreamlike state that we can access a deep relaxation. We can transcend from the everyday and spend some time in a state of deep relaxation. And there's nothing that you have to do in this practice. Nothing that you have to do, nothing is required of you. And we'll start by moving our awareness around the body. And as you're guided towards being aware, becoming aware of different parts of the body, there's no need to move or to actively try and relax. There's no need to tense. You might just instead take your mind into that part of the body. And so we'll start with the right hand side of the body. And starting by bringing awareness to the right hand thumb. Awareness to the right hand thumb. Moving over to the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side of the rib cage, waist, right hip, front of thigh, back of thigh, knee, back of knee, shin, calf, ankle, sole of foot, top of foot, right big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth toe. Allow your awareness to flow through the whole right hand side of the body. Awareness flowing through the whole right hand side of the body. Moving over now to the left hand side, beginning with the left hand thumb. Awareness moving to the left hand index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of hand, back of hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side of rib cage, waist, left hip, front of thigh, back of thigh, knee, back of knee, shin, calf, ankle, sole of foot, top of foot, left big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth toe. Now allowing your awareness to flow through the whole left hand side of the body. Bring awareness to the right heel, right buttock, left buttock, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, the whole of the back, back of neck, back of head, crown of head, forehead, right temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, nose, tip of the nose, top lip and top jaw, bottom lip and bottom jaw, chin, tongue, roof of the mouth, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of chest, left side of chest, center of chest, upper abdomen, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin. Now allow your awareness to flow through the whole of the body. Connect to the feeling of the whole of the body. Begin to become aware of the feeling of your whole body as it rests here on the ground. And can you begin to invite a sense of heaviness into the whole body? Feel the weight and the density of your arms, your legs, the head and the torso. Feel the full weight of your body being drawn down into the earth. Allowing now this sensation of heaviness to be replaced by a feeling of lightness. experiencing the body becoming light. So light that you feel as though your arms, your legs, your torso and your head become weightless. There might be a sensation of floating like a feather, a gentle rising up and out of the earth. Allowing this sensation of lightness to fade and instead be replaced with the sensation of the body becoming cool. Feeling as though your whole body could become cool. You might imagine the body becoming cool and sense a shiver down the length of the spine. Maybe with that shiver there's a slight lifting of the hairs on your arms. Experiencing the body as it becomes cool. Allowing this sensation of coolness to pass now as you experience the body becoming warm. And feeling the whole body becoming warm. And perhaps there's a sense of sunlight radiating down on you, warming the whole body. Allowing this sense of warmth to leave your body now as you become aware of your breath. And slow breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs. Slow releasing breath out. And once again, can you feel as though your out breath pulls you down, draws you deeper down into your center, where there's a sense of steadiness, stillness. Breath flowing in through the nose, breath flowing out through the nose. The out breath pulls you down into your center. And keep observing the breath. And perhaps as the exhale pulls you down into your center, the exhale goes a little longer. to resume in its natural rhythm. As you take your awareness to the space behind the closed eyelids, having a sense of looking outwards into perhaps the universe, allowing this dark expanse to become your point of focus. And as you gaze outwards, observing any colours or patterns or shapes that appear to dance on the back of your closed eyelids. So beginning now to bring your awareness back to your body, and feeling the body here on the ground, tracing with your awareness around the outline of your body, just noticing its position on the earth. Bringing awareness to the space around you and feeling the temperature of the air on your skin. And begin to bring yourself more fully back into your environment. Perhaps you take a slower breath in, filling up the lungs, and a releasing breath out. Knowing that we are now bringing this practice of Yoga Nidra to a close. And when you feel ready to, invite some gentle movement back into your body. You might just want to have a simple stretch. And once you've had a stretch through your arms and through your legs, then rolling over into a fetal position, and just pause there for a moment. Let your spine curve, your knees draw in towards your chest. And then when you're ready to rise up to find a seat, then please do. And so once you've found your seat, let's close our practice, bringing hands together and taking this final moment to offer yourself love and gratitude for giving yourself this hour today to move your body, to breathe and to rest. Thank you very much, everyone.